guys, today I'm going to be answering your questions about what it's like to work at Starbucks. I get a lot of questions about this actually through Instagram DMs and stuff. I thought I would just make a video answering everything that you guys could think of. I know when I was applying at Starbucks, I watched a lot of these videos specifically about how to get hired, so I'm going to be answering like a lot of questions about that. But maybe you don't want to work at Starbucks and there is just some stuff you want to know, so if that's you, then I'll be answering just a lot of like general questions too. Just as a disclaimer, I've been working at Starbucks for about 9 months, which is pretty crazy, but I'm just a barista. I'm obviously not like a store manager or anything like that. I'm not even a shift, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. This is just going to be based on my opinions and my experiences. It looks like there's a pretty good mix of questions about different topics, so let's just get into it. The first question is, how long did it take you to get hired? What did you have to do and did they train you? Well, I first of all want to say that if you're trying to get hired now, especially if you're in the US, it probably is a lot easier now than it was when I got hired because literally everyone is understaffed right now. I think I remember like doing something with the application like on my birthday, which is November 25th. So I would say I applied in like early November and then I got hired in mid-December. So it took about a month for me to get hired, but my experience was kind of weird because I had applied to a lot of stores and the store that originally contacted me interviewed me and it went great, but my availability didn't work for them, so they ended up sending my information to another store and that is where I work now. So it did take a little bit longer for me. If you are looking to get hired at Starbucks, you basically just have to fill out an online application and they'll probably call you. It's like a quick phone interview, just like, why do you want to work at Starbucks, you know, that kind of thing. And then you'll have probably a real like in-person interview and then that's where you get hired. Yes, they did train me. That would be pretty crazy if they didn't train me. I know that some stores are not exactly known for training their employees a lot, and those are also the stores that are not really known to be the best. My store was really good about training us. I got 2 weeks of training and they train you on everything. My trainer was amazing. I felt like she really prepared me. That's kind of just my experience, so I'll answer any other questions that people have later on. Another person said fall hacks for cheaper drinks. I don't really know. You know, there's really only so many ways you can like hack the menu. I think the most common one is like instead of ordering like a grande iced latte, get like an iced doppio espresso in a grande cup with extra oat milk or whatever milk you like, extra ice, and then the syrup you want. Sometimes they don't fill the cup all the way, so honestly, like, I don't get annoyed when people ask for that. Save your money. It's not coming out of my paycheck. But some baristas do like not fill it up all the way, so I would be careful with that. I honestly don't really know hacks. I don't know. I feel like so many of them have been like addressed. They've updated the register so that like it doesn't work anymore. That's really the only one I could think of. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't be very helpful in this department. Another person asked, what is the weirdest order you've ever gotten? I love this question. To be honest, I don't even know. We have so many weird orders. There's one person who hasn't come in a while, but she'll come in and get a pink drink with strawberry inclusions, dragon fruit inclusions, kiwi inclusions, sweet cream cold foam, and extra caramel drizzle. That was always interesting to me. We have another regular who gets Americanos with 7 shots and he gets it twice a day. Every time people order frappuccinos with no ice, I'm like, do you really know what you're ordering? I don't know if they're planning to blend it at home or what. There's a girl who actually is a Starbucks partner herself and she comes to our drive-thru every day and gets a tall caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino with, let's see if I can remember this whole thing, light 2% milk, 12 pumps of dark caramel, 2 venti scoops of ice, specifically, not just extra ice, it has to be 2 venti scoops, 3 pumps of base, no caramel crunch, no caramel drizzle, no whipped cream, and a Trenta cup, and it actually does fill the whole cup. I think maybe that's all. I feel like there's more. It's just so customized. There's actually, we have one more regular, and this lady actually gets this drink 2 or 3 times a day. She comes to our store every day, and then my friends at other stores have told me that she also comes to their store every day. Her drink is a venti java chip frappuccino with 12 12 pumps of dark caramel, 12 pumps of mocha, 16 scoops of Java chips. And just to put that into perspective, a normal Java chip frappuccino has 4 scoops of Java chips and 4 pumps of mocha. Extra ice, double blended, extra caramel drizzle, and she wants like extra, and extra mocha drizzle. And she's been getting strawberry puree in it too recently. And it's decaf. And she actually is really, really sweet, but sometimes if I'm in a rush, those 16 scoops of Java chips do rustle my feathers a little bit. But I don't mind because she's literally so sweet. I just worry for her sometimes. Those are the weirdest orders that I can think of. I'm sure we've definitely gotten weirder ones that I forgot about. A lot of the weird orders normally come from mobiles, so it's usually when someone comes through the drive-thru I recognize it, because mobiles, I'm just so used to them being like insane. The next question I got was, what's your least favorite drink to make? This one is fun too. Before I answer this question, I just want to say you guys should order whatever you want. This is a really fun question. I actually think this is like really interesting, and I love to ask my coworkers this, but I know like a lot of times baristas will complain about making drinks. That's just us complaining about our job. Everyone complains about their job. Don't think that you're a bad person for ordering these drinks. If you come through the drive-thru with like 5 frappuccinos and they're all like super customized, maybe come inside and order that, but just order what you want. Don't order an iced chai because you think it'll be easier for us if you don't want an iced chai. Spend your money on what you actually want. That being said, my least favorite drink to make is by far the honey citrus mint tea. I hate making that drink so much. I guess I can't tell you guys like specifically how to make it because that's like confidential corporate information. The chances of corporate seeing this are low, but never zero. There's just a ton of freaking steps. We have to steam lemonade, which is so weird. But I also really don't like making the salted caramel cream cold brew because again, it just has a bunch of steps, especially like we just changed the recipe and the new recipe is really annoying. A lot of people order that, like I order that, so you know, don't take offense. I actually don't mind making that iced white mocha with sweet cream, cold foam, and caramel drizzle. I don't know why so many people complain about that. I definitely prefer making iced drinks over hot drinks. Something about steaming milk is just not my favorite, and I'm not really a fan of refreshers. They're fine, except during a rush. I think it's because like you can't sequence them. I really don't mind making frappuccinos unless they're like super crazy and it's like during peak. I honestly think they're kind of fun. But yeah, I would say my least favorite drink to make is definitely that honey citrus mint tea. That one gets me every time. The medicine ball, if you are not familiar. Another person asked, what was the hiring process like? Also, do you actually get free drinks every hour? Kind of answered about the hiring process already. You just fill out an application and you can apply to as many stores as you want, and they actually encourage you to do that. So I applied to like 20 stores or something ridiculous because I live in a suburb of a big city. Then if a store sees your application and they're interested in hiring you, they'll call you. They'll probably do like a phone interview that's really quick, and then they'll call you in for an interview in the store. I did one of my interviews over Zoom. By now it's probably going to be in the store. Basically they usually decide whether to hire you or not there, although sometimes they do like consider, I guess, so I shouldn't say that they always do, but they decide based off your interview. They'll call you back later, and then that's when you like do the background check and all the onboarding stuff and like actually get hired. We get free drinks during our shift and they're unlimited. It's not even like every hour. It's literally just like whenever you want them. At least at corporate stores, and like in my district, I know it might like vary a little. On our days off, we get 1 free drink and 1 free food item, but I think that might be going away, but I really hope not because my wallet will suffer. My friend Allie says, not a question, but I love that you love it because I remember when you were asking me questions. I just want to give a quick shout out to Allie because she helped me so much in the hiring process. She was so helpful to me, and she was one of the main inspirations for me to work at Starbucks in the first place. She also has a YouTube channel and an Instagram, so go check her out on both of those. She's the best. Love her so much. Next person asked, are your drinks free? I basically answered that. They're free during our shift. We get them unlimited, and then on our days off, we get 1 free drink and 1 free food item. Someone asked, drink rec. I don't like coffee, love chai and matcha, non-dairy. I'm sure you've probably heard of the iced matcha with like chai added to it. I'm honestly not a matcha fan, so that's really the only matcha recommendation I can give you. I love the chai latte with brown sugar syrup. You've probably heard of that, but I do highly recommend the chai with the new apple brown sugar syrup. An iced chai with vanilla is really great, and I always get my chais with oat milk. Also an iced chai with vanilla bean powder. You can get vegan frappuccinos, so we do have a chai frappuccino and a matcha frappuccino Frappuccino. You can make those vegan by just getting oat milk or, you know, whatever non-dairy milk instead of regular milk, and then no whipped cream. The next question was, do you like it when customers get crazy drinks or ask you to surprise them? In terms of crazy drinks, I really don't mind what people get as long as they're nice. The problem is that a lot of the times it's the people who get these crazy drinks that are like the worst customers. But if you're getting like a drink that's kind of crazy but you're nice, as long as it's not like insane, if the sticker is like longer than the cup, like that's maybe an issue. I don't really care what you order as long as you're nice. In terms of surprise drinks, I love when people ask me to surprise them. I wish that they did it more often because I literally have so many drinks up my sleeve that people don't know about. I love making surprise drinks and I love asking for surprise drinks, but I know that not all baristas like it, which sucks because I never know if they're gonna give me like a iced chai. But personally, I love surprise drinks and I always go all out for them. How difficult was/is it to memorize all the drink recipes? This is something that people ask me all the time, or whenever I say I work at Starbucks, they're always like, oh wow, I could never do that. And I think they're gonna say like, oh, I could never deal with the customers, but they always say that they could never memorize all the drink recipes. I really feel like it was not that hard. I have a pretty good memory, but all of the drinks kind of have like a standard build that they're based off of. Some drinks are like a little more obscure and hard to remember, but overall most of the drinks do have like a standard that they're based off of, and so once you have the standard memorized, it's really pretty easy. Someone asked, how's the new apple crisp drink? I didn't expect to like it, but I think it's pretty good. The only thing is the apple drizzle really does sink to the bottom, like no matter how much you stir it, but the syrup is really good. I really actually like it. I definitely would recommend it. I always get it with oat milk, and I tried it with sweet and cold foam the other day and it was so good. Another person said drinks without coffee. I don't even know how to start with it. There's just so many options. A lot of people like the matcha. I personally hate it, but you know, some people like it. Iced chai, always a winner. Iced chai with brown sugar, iced chai with sweet cream cold foam, iced chai with pumpkin foam, iced chai with vanilla, iced chai with literally any syrup. You put in an iced chai and it's good. The pink drink is definitely a go-to of mine. You can add sweet cream cold foam to that or to the dragon drink, which is also pretty good, but I like the pink drink better. Mango dragon fruit refresher is really good, but I always substitute the dragon fruit inclusions for strawberry inclusions because they are slimy to me. Another person asked, what should we never get? I actually have an answer for this. Never get almond milk. As soon as I worked at Starbucks and we came out with oat milk, I never looked back. I never got almond milk again. The almond milk that they supply us with, I don't know what it is, but you literally have to like it for it to mix properly. It takes like a minute to like fully shake it, and when it's peak, you do not have time to do that. So there's a chance if you order almond milk that you're gonna get the top of the carton, which is like literally just water. So if you ever ordered something with almond milk and thought it tasted watered down, that's why. It's not even the barista's fault, it's just literally we do not have time to shake it for as long as it takes for it to mix. So I would definitely advise you to get another non-dairy milk if you can. Do you get free drinks? Already answered that. Never had coffee. What drink should I try first? Okay, this is hard. Once again, there's so many options. I'm overwhelmed. I would recommend definitely getting something less strong. I'm trying to get my sister to like coffee, and the drink I first introduced her to was an iced white mocha with 1 shot of espresso, and it was a blonde shot, sweet cream cold foam, and extra caramel drizzle. That drink is really sweet and it kind of like hides the coffee taste, but it still does have one. Even if you don't want to add all that extra stuff, just an iced white mocha I think is like a good starting point. And if you've never had coffee, I definitely would recommend getting blonde shots because they have a more like mellow flavor. You can also like reduce the amount of shots in your drink. I personally got myself to like coffee through caramel frappuccinos, but I honestly don't like those. I wouldn't recommend them. The next question is favorite fall drink, not too much pumpkin. I already mentioned this drink, but an iced chai with the apple brown sugar syrup is amazing. Also, if you add the apple drizzle. If you like pumpkin but you don't want too much, I think an iced chai with the pumpkin cold foam, literally one of my favorite drinks ever, or an iced white mocha with pumpkin cold foam, which one of my friends is really obsessed with. Those are both really good. I would say the pumpkin flavor like isn't too strong. We also do have an apple crisp frappuccino, which I haven't tried, but I've heard it's pretty good. What is the best drink for each season? I'm just gonna say my favorite drink for every season. For summer, a pink drink with sweet cream cold foam. Fall, iced chai with pumpkin cold foam. Winter, I really like the caramel brulee latte. I also like peppermint mochas though. I don't know what our winter offerings are going to be like this year because they seem to be taking fan favorites and replacing them with something that is not very good. Strawberry funnel cake frappuccino. So I'm a little worried for the state of my precious caramel brulee, but I hope it will come back. Spring. This year I really liked our pistachio latte. I don't know if that'll come back, but I hope it does because it was really good. Advice for someone that wants to get hired. First of all, I would say try to apply to as many stores as you can. Obviously be realistic. Don't apply to a store that's like 45 minutes away. But the application platform encourages you to apply to other stores and makes it really easy to do that. So I would definitely encourage you to just broaden your horizons. Did I use that right? As much as possible, because I literally applied to like 20 stores and I only heard back from 2. Honestly, I would say just try to present yourself as being very personable. You don't even have to be like super extroverted, but just like very personable, someone who could work well under pressure, because there's a lot of that at Starbucks. One of the things that they really care about is their customer connections. They want to have someone who will be good with customer connections, especially because if you're new, you're probably going to get put on window for your first like 2 months. Just be very personable, very flexible, try to have as open availability as possible. Really nothing is like super specific to Starbucks. Just be like professional and just how you would for any other job. Last question is, do you get super stressed with rushes? I do get stressed, but I don't get like overly stressed, and I kind of like the stress. It's like kind of fun. It gives me like a rush, but also I don't work peak every day, so I feel like if I was going in every day and working peak every single day, I would probably get burnt out of it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I get super stressed, but you know, I do get a little tense sometimes. So those are all the questions that you guys sent in. I really hope you liked this video. If you are thinking about applying at Starbucks, I hope it was helpful, or if you just wanted to know something, I hope you learned something. If you have any other questions, you know, feel free to DM me. I'm always willing to talk about my job because I love my job, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!